Hi everyone, I'm Paolo Ottaviani, Head of Investor Relations and Strategic Partnership of Signify Group, and here with me, Nastya Adamova, Co-CEO and CEO of Signify Group.
Hi everyone.
And welcome to the first European AI Startup Pitch Competition panel, which aims to attract the best and brightest startups to give them the chance to tell their stories in front of this amazing audience. This event is hosted by WIC, the World Artificial Intelligence Conference, and is part of the European Online Forum. So I just want to share a couple of words about WIC. The World Artificial Intelligence Conference is the biggest AI event, and we are streaming now live with more than 200 million viewers, and the WIC is the 4-day conference and exhibition, and featuring the world's leading minds in artificial intelligence, from pioneers, scholars, academics, investors, startups, and with just one purpose: understand better artificial intelligence and its application. 360-degree application on AI, from AI in healthcare, AI in education, AI and cybersecurity, everything applied on AI. So I think, Nastya, you want to say a couple of words?
Yeah, thank you all of you to come and to participate in European Online Forum Pitch Contest. It's a great pleasure to announce that you were chosen as 3 winners of this competition. And on the behalf of Signify Group, I will also congratulate you and say that we will prepare a very nice presence in terms of PR and promotion, what we are actually doing for companies. And to understand more about us, I will tell just a few words about Signify Group. We help companies to access Chinese market from the beginning, when you need to enter and you need support in terms of digital marketing, promo activities, event management, to more difficult support such as fundraising services, legal setup, and everything you need actually to help to have legal operations in China. That's actually what we are doing, and we are really glad to have such a nice and brilliant ideas and startups here. And I hope that this first step of your startup will be very efficient, and you will succeed in future. And we are really glad to help you here with this.
Thank you, Nastya.
Please, Paolo, introduce our participants.
Absolutely. Thank you, Nastya. So as every competition, we have finalists and winners. I want just reminders the 6 finalists. And so from Hukao, Aindo, and Modus Operandi, who are the finalists, but they're not here. But because we're here, we have our winners, our 3 winners. So without further ado, let's present them, starting to Tokilabs. And here we have Eduardo Alarcon Gallo, founder and CEO. Hi, Eduardo.
Hello, everyone. Nice to be here.
Hello, hello.
And we have ASC27 with Nicolas Grandis, CEO, and Elisa Carocci, Executive Assistant here. Hi, guys.
Hi.
Hello, everyone.
Nice to be here.
Nice to have you here. And at the end, we have Educo with Giuseppe Tomasello, founder and CEO. Hi, Giuseppe.
Hi, hello, everyone. Really great pleasure to be here today.
Same here.
So guys, I think it's your turn to pitch your startup and present what you did and what actually are you doing. So starting from Tokilabs.
Very good. Thank you, Paolo. I'm going to share screen, if I may.
Absolutely.
Right. So This is Tokilabs, and I am, as Paolo mentioned, Eduardo, founder and CEO of this education and technology startup. And we have one main concern. The main concern we have is that 65% of our daughters and sons will have a job that does not exist yet. This is a big challenge, global challenge that we decided to face. And to solve that, we use our own technology, starting with Tokimaker. Tokimaker is one microcomputer that allows anyone to make inventions with mixing electronics and coding and new technologies, like the ones that you can see at the right of the screen, including artificial intelligence assistants, augmented reality, computer vision, IoT, and more. So, for example, IoT together with the 5G, it's becoming the fourth largest industry in the world, with a huge growth in China precisely. Some of the platforms, similar platforms to learn STEAM education, to learn robotics and education, have electronics and coding and some community, but what we're adding is an extra layer of all these important factors or important industries that are going to shape the future, right? So then we are creating entrepreneurs, creative entrepreneurs, and people who can, young students who can manage their own future by being by being entrepreneurs and being able to incorporate all these new fields in their process of learning. Something I wanted to say today, and I'm very proud to say, is that we're the first education robotics company to be a partner, technology partner of Google for Education. That is a global partnership, and we're proud to share that today with you. What does this mean? This means that we are not just creating a bigger outreach, but also we can cooperate with Google for Education channels to create a good impact in the education. Of course, in China, we have also a specific branch of activity that is for international schools, and so we have different activities inside and outside China. To sum up, we make STEAM easy. STEAM, for those who don't know, STEAM is the acronym of Science, Technology, Engineering, Art, and Mathematics. And it's a multidisciplinary category that is being taught in schools. Inside Tokilabs, we have three branches. First is the technology. We create technology to sell it online and to distributors. And especially we produce Tokimaker, our new product, Toki Mini, and augmented reality. Then we have the teaching branch, where we actually offer an all-in-one service to international schools and bilingual schools in Shanghai and in China and outside, as an all-in-one service. And then we have the consulting, where we provide training for corporates with innovation management systems like design thinking or design sprint methodologies, but coming from a hardware perspective, which means that we are very good at creating one prototype very easily in one day for a specific application for a corporate. So we actually sum up all the profiles that we work with in three: distributors, education centers, and corporates. For distributors, we realize that they actually need something that can work very well in remote operation, just like pandemic situations. So talking about that, we actually are really good at that because, for example, talking to the US market, the Chromebook is the laptop that is king in the US, and we are by far the hardware that fits better with their needs. And then they can bring to their school, to their class or their homes, the activity that they were performing in the school. If we go to education centers, what we realized, and specifically in China, is that they want innovation, they want it fast, they want it now, but they want it easy to learn with a low slope of learning. And that's a big challenge. And that's also one of our main proposals, or our main goals. We have a long list of curriculum that starts from sustainability or Internet of Things, robotics, and so on, but also not just the curriculum, but also the way we teach it and the way we implement it. First is the way we teach it. We have a teacher-ready methodology. It's a platform that that adds videos, audios, explanations, and animations directly in the website, so students don't need to download anything, and can be perfect for being used by a teacher. So in this way, teachers don't need any training. They just can get our curriculum, and even if that person has no technical background, they can already start teaching this, as long as they can manage a classroom. Oh, sorry, I clicked the wrong button. Yeah. In terms of software, we have a drag and drop system. So then they don't need to know how to code at the very beginning. It's just everything drag and drop, plug and play, super easy. The hardware, same thing. Plug and play with a lot of modules that are open-ended, that are open hardware, that are compatible with other kind of platforms that are on internet, that they can purchase also in other open platforms, or even Taobao. So then they can actually decrease the cost on doing when doing more complex projects. And of course, more things like, like I mentioned, like Internet of Things, or AI assistants like Alexa, Cortana, or Google Assistant, and much more. Actually, we have more than 600 connections to internet services. You can you can play with Weibo information directly on the hardware, or weather forecast in Beijing, or the list is infinite. And of course, we have also our computer vision capabilities. We have two main things, but in terms of computer vision, but I want to focus on this one. I don't know if you have ever seen a robot detecting and moving through a line at that speed. Well, this is in cooperation with a camera that is built in US, but we're the first ones to create a graphical coding that you can see at the left for this, which means that now middle school students can actually code this. And you can understand that if you're playing with top engineering technology, but you bring it into a very low entrance level, the students who want to compete in robotic competitions with this technology, they're going to win, because they don't have any competitor with this kind of technology at that low level of entry, right? So I'm expecting some calls after this for having our cooperation in Chinese competitions of robots. Of course, we have another patent, which is the world first platform to create augmented reality projects with drag and drop blocks, also made in China. And well, I wanted to also explain one application. I don't know if you remember one terrible earthquake that happened in Bali Islands, well, in Indonesia, in Lombok, actually, next to Bali. I was there actually, and running a workshop, and students decided to change their idea. This photo is from there exactly. And they decided to do an earthquake detector. So as you might know, doing that is pretty expensive and very hard to design. But actually with our system, they actually were able to build it in one day, detecting the government broadcasting alert signal in real time to prevent to alert the residents in home, and also to cut or turn off the lights at home to prevent from fires. So as you can see, this is a tool that can create a local impact with global tools. And this is the main proposal that we launched started in Shanghai, actually, and now globally with the help of partners. And finally, also, we have for corporates a way to manage the innovation, so then the corporates can focus on building the right thing to build it right. So understanding what they have to do, what kind of prototype really can prove the concept before they jump into expensive engineering processes. And this is just a sum up of this consulting part. We're mixing a methodology, our technology, into a consulting services. And just as like one of the final slides is our three branches. We have the technology. In the technology, we have the Toki Maker to work for projects, augmented reality as a entirely completely digital platform that is available now for everyone who want to test it and want to contact us. And for corporates, we have the design experience. So that's all. Thank you very much. If you want to contact us, here is the contact information.
Thank you very much. Are you able to see the screen?
Yep.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Very nice to be here. My name is Nicolas Grandis. I am the CEO of ASC 27. With me today, I have Elisa that acts as a journalist, one of the early adopter of the system that we present today. Please, Elisa, introduce yourself.
Hello, everyone. I'm Elisa Carocci, and I'm really pleased to be here with you to share my experience as a professional journalist.
Nice. You know that there is a joke, but we're glad to have a conversation with our prospects. Today we are here to present you, to show you Hasimov. Hasimov is an artificial intelligence product that was built for AI journalism and content creators. Hasimov is built in ASC 27. We do artificial intelligence and cybersecurity in Italy. We are headquartered in Italy. One of the motto that we have is that we don't rent AI, but we do AI. Hasimov is one of our products. What Hasimov solves? This graph is here to present how the journalist works in the old school way. They have to spend many times in searching for contents, in writing drafts, in checking for generic SEO indications, and after a very long process, they have to cross the fingers and try to publish their articles in order to understand if the success will be reached or not. We are proposing a new way, an artificial intelligence way. We are proposing Hasimov. Hasimov is an artificial intelligence agent that will be installed in the CMS, in the content creation backend system, and then he provides many features that we see in a while, like the trend discovery, the text generation, the article optimization, but everything using a very powerful and tailored AI model. Hasimov is really simple. It's an artificial intelligence that, like every nice artificial intelligence, works human in the loop. Hasimov is not here is not here to change the way the journalists they work, but is here to help the journalists in working better. Here we have just to provide a general idea about what are the features of Hasimov. Hasimov is providing the trend scouting, data to text feature, text to text feature. Hasimov provides also an AI editor assistant, and really just this week we have released the podcast generation and the video avatar generation. But now we can listen directly from Elisa, our journalist, about the trend scouting.
Yes, Nicola, I used to spend many hours to find out the next trending topic to write down a new article. It was so stressful for me and really time consuming. But now Hasimov dashboard shows me directly what my audience want to read.
Yes, it's a really powerful solution. Also because in this way, the journalists can spend their time in writing better their articles, the content that they really provide to their audience. Then we have another feature that is the data to text. The data to text feature enables Hasimov to take whatever data the journalists have, like tables, like some XML files, database, and take everything. Hasimov is able to generate a human readable article about that. We actually this system is used by many magazines in sport, finance, article generation, real estate article generation, and also medical comments article generation. Then we have also the text-to-text. This feature enables Hasimov to listen from the web what the other sites are writing down, what they are chit-chatting, and take all those information. Hasimov is able to generate new articles, new drafts for the journalist. Now we come back to Elisa, our journalist, to describe her experience with the AI editor.
Hasimov gives me tailored advice on how to improve my draft, based on more than 700 indicators. I just need to polish my article and get ready for publication. And I feel deeply satisfied to have an AI colleague that worked by my side and helped me to reach the success I desire.
But as I told at the beginning, we are releasing 2 new features. The first one is the podcast generation. So using the articles that Hasimov has generated before, or applying Hasimov to human written articles, Hasimov is able to generate a podcast from that. And we have employed neural voices. So basically we need just a few minutes of voice of whatever person, and we are able to have the AI that imitate the voice. Even the journalist voice. It's a really powerful solution, also because Hasimov is able to do that in multiple languages. So even if I have an article that was written in English, using Hasimov, I can generate hundreds of podcasts in whatever language I need, using any kind of expression the podcast requires. But now we come back to Elisa to listen also from the avatar generation.
Yes, Nicola, indeed, Hasimov can transform any text to an audio video content. I can, in fact, choose a character, and I can personalize it with any voice and any face.
Yep, it's a really nice feature. We are also launching a marketplace for celebrities. So every celebrity that wants to do that, it will be able to provide his voice or his figure to the Hasimov system, and each celebrity will be involved also in the revenues. So it will be also really interesting for them, also from a money point of view. We do AI. Now we have some troubles with the screen. Okay, we do AI, but we know that actually the AI is also really discussed all around the world. So we are aware about that. So we have Hasimov take full in consideration the concerns around the AI. We include in every content that is produced by Hasimov, we will include watermarks in order to check in the future if a content will have been produced by Hasimov or not. We are preserving the IP rights, the copyrights for the celebrities, for the person. Every content that Hasimov generates was asked to the person to let his voice or his character to do that. So also the accountability is really preserved. And more than that, Hasimov is an industrial system. So it's not intended to be used by the end customer, but it's an industrial system that is oriented to magazines, publishing industry, news industries, and large blogger and something like that. We have troubles now with Zoom, but if you want to know more, please visit our website, that is www.asc27.com. You'll find also in our blog many Hasimov testimonials and videos. And feel free to ask us every kind of question. If you have any kind of question, if you're glad to receive a personalized demo, we are here to help. Many thanks to everyone, and many thanks to our journalists for a day. Elisa.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, guys. Thank you both. Thank you, Elisa. Thank you, Nicola, for this interesting presentation. And thanks, Hasimov, for being part of a huge ecosystem and be applied to everything. Really interesting. And as I said before to Eduardo, even Hasimov will be interesting topic on the QA session. So as Tokilabs will be. So last, but of course not least, we have Giuseppe here from Edugo.
Yeah, hello everyone. Thank you so much for the opportunity to present my company today. So 大家好，我是 Edugo AI 的创始人 Giuseppe， 来自意大利，我的中文名叫朱塞佩。今天我很高兴来到世界人工智能大会介绍我的公司。So hello everyone. Actually, I did a little introduction in Chinese just for our Chinese audience. My name is Giuseppe Tomasello. I'm the CEO and founder of Edugo AI. Right now, I'm actually in Shanghai, in China. So today, I would like to introduce to you Edugo AI. But first, I would like to thank Sinophi and Expand to organize this amazing contest about the startups, and it's a great honor to be here. So before actually describing what our technology is doing, I would like to give you a little bit of a brief introduction about what is the current global education industry, what's happening in the global education industry. And actually, more than 1 billion students have been affected by COVID-19 crisis. So this actually is unprecedented in terms of transformation in the education industry. And so in more detail, what happened is that the schools that operate offline, they have to go to a remote learning setting. And this actually had to happen from one day to another. So it was an emergency, of course it occurred. But now what we're observing in the global education industry is that all those schools start to realizing the power of doing online learning, and then are starting to transform not only the way they deliver the synchronous part, which is actually the video call, but also start to embed technology and AI inside the education and the pedagogical side. So what are the problems once schools move online? We actually did a research with more than 100 schools, language schools around the world. And there are three main problems that we identify. The first one is, of course, to acquire new students and manage to scale the school online, since their marketing needs to read up in new funnels, basically new acquisition strategies. Schools are really struggling with that. The second problem is the low student engagement and retention. Imagine now students need to spend hours in front of a screen in a Zoom call, and so the engagement is really low. So the students go in social media, they don't really pay attention to the class. And the third challenge that many schools have to face is the digitalization of the content. So imagine those schools have been operating for many years offline. So all the textbook or all the material is like in a paper format, or maybe like in a PowerPoint or PDF for the more advanced schools. And now they need to repurpose this content in order to be, suited to this new environment. So Edugo actually provides a solution for those three problems. So the first problem is actually for user acquisition. So by using our platform, schools can actually create a white label solution that is actually can be customized according to the brand of the school. So they can have a landing page and everything can be really customized. And they actually can create sales engine to convert those students into paying customers online. So everything can happen in the same platform, also the payment, and everything is data driven in order to optimize conversion. The second part is more on the pedagogical side. And so we created an adaptive learning system that is leveraging artificial intelligence during a video call. So we actually created the Zoom for language learning, if you may. So which means actually you can have a conversation in Zoom, in our video call system. And basically we have a real-time analysis of what the teacher is saying and what the students are saying. And we actually generate content on the fly. But not only that, actually, after the class is over, our AI system is processing the content, all this linguistic content, and is generating exercises that are tailor-made for each single student. The third part, which is solving actually the content creation part, is our AI-powered learning management system. So we created a system that is really easy to use because you just drag and drop, you can upload multimedia content in our platform, and then our AI system will transform this linguistic content into pedagogical sound activities, which means actually you can create many different kind of structures for learning that are really optimized according to maximize the student objective into learning. And moreover, you can also distribute the content and collect student performance. So we actually create a all-in-one solution that allows schools to go online and to scale online. Moreover, by having this kind of solution, we are accumulating assets, and our assets are in different parts. So we accumulate actually technology assets because, as I will explain in 1 second, we partner with education institutions around the world, and every time we partner with them, we learn from them. And actually, our toolkit of like pedagogy and tools is expanding all the time. For example, right now we're collaborating with the university in Belgium to introduce the French and German languages in our system. Moreover, our system can not only be used like in the language verticals, but we are exploring the learning other kind of subjects. We start actually a beta project last week with AI systems that can actually teach programming languages, but also can be expanded in other subjects such as mathematics. Moreover, we are accumulating data, which are really important to continuously improve the performance of our linguistic models. And we are also like learning a lot about our users, and this kind of data can also be used in order to give information to the schools on how to acquire more students online in a more efficient way. Next slide. Okay. So what we're doing with all this data we're collecting, which actually is really important to consider the fact that we have experts, which are language teachers, they are tagging specific linguistic content that is actually really good for pedagogical purposes. So we have right now in beta what we call augmented AI teacher, which is actually leveraging all this data in order to learn how to teach specific subjects. And I want to create an avatar that looks like your teacher, but actually the teacher is not there. In this way, we can decrease our marginal costs and increase penetration in low-income markets. So we already have been operating for a few years in the market, it's already 3 years. And the past year, actually, we've been growing quite a bit in terms of like our B2B customers, and we've been growing around the world. So now we have more than 20 institutions that are using our technology on production, and we are expanding quite fast in the past months. And so like the way actually we monetize our technology with our schools is that the schools need to pay a subscription fee, which can be annual or monthly subscription. So it's a SaaS model. Moreover, we're getting a percentage of the revenues they're generating in the platform. And we also monetize in an enterprise package, which means for big institutions, we actually create tailor-made platforms that suit their specific needs in the way we charge as well for setup fees. Our go-to-market strategy right now is really focused on LinkedIn and webinars. So we do webinars almost like every week, and where we actually talk about technology, we talk about pedagogy, and also marketing tips for schools. So far we have 3,000 unique participants, which are highly targeted in the language education business. And those people are already in our funnel. And those are decision makers in language schools around the world. But also like we are doing partnership with two of the biggest accreditation centers in the world for language schools. So they have a network of hundreds of language schools to offer like our solution to the schools in their network. And those are a little bit of the things we accomplished over the years. So we've been recognized as the #1 AI company in a program within China and Europe. And also we won government grants for the Chinese government as well. This is our team. So our team is a mix between like education and AI technology. So we have, I am the CEO and founder, but also Enrico Ieria is our president. He is a professor in many universities between China and Italy. And as well, we have education experts in our team. And yeah, that's it. So thank you so much for listening. So Daja, 谢谢 Daja. And so if you want to follow up with me, you can add my WeChat. So you can scan the QR code and you can visit our website to have more information. Thank you again.
I also have a question to Eduardo. Like when I first saw your device, I thought that this is very similar to old-fashioned game Tamagotchi. I don't know, maybe I'm not the first who told about this.
You're right, yes.
Yes, actually, some students already program a Tamagotchi and they call it Tokigochi.
Yeah, this is great. I'm really a big fan of gamification in education, and I believe that this is the only way how we can actually motivate kids to learn. And this is a proper way, because like we don't want to force them to learn. They should be involved in the process themselves and be engaged with their passion. And what actually you are doing, it's helping them to create this engagement. So like, can you maybe like have some insights about the IoT and augmented reality that can actually help to make this process more interesting, more gamificated, maybe more interactive? So like maybe some insights from your side.
Of course. Well, I would start with one example, maybe related to Giuseppe. So sometimes learning language in school, it's a bit tedious because it's very traditional. And a way to use IoT so at the end, technology, it's there to engage students into learning better with a more like fun experience, right? That's how actually all animals learn, by playing, right? So one example is to use IoT to track one specific hashtag on, for example, Twitter, and count how many times this word it's being used in real time. Let's say the word emoji, right? So then we can teach how the language is evolving constantly, and how new words are being included in the language, and how this is a dynamic thing, not a static knowledge. And so then we can use IoT to track words in real time. Another cool example of using IoT that comes from the passion of one of our young members of the community, of thousands and thousands of members that we have around the world. There is one cute boy that he was doing workshops every time, but he didn't have a phone himself. He was too young. He was only 7 years old. So every time at the end of the workshop, he had to ask somebody else to ring his mom. And at some point he decided, okay, what if I use my Toki Maker to send through IoT a notification to my mom? And then he actually made it. Of course, with some time, he didn't do it in 1 hour, but in just a few hours, he was able to send by pressing a button on his Toki Maker a notification to his mom's iPhone. Actually, he called it the Mama Uber, I think, Mama Uber, or Mama on Demand. It was something pretty fun. So it's by being able to apply technology and in a way that they solve their own problems, That's how we can channel the real passion to go further. The fact that our technology is easy to use is not just to stay in the surface, is on the contrary, to get motivation, to get a reinforcement and a positive impact into self-esteem, to understand that this person is capable of doing more and then dig deeper in technology.
Yeah, this is amazing. Such a nice examples of using the IoT learning.
Actually, now we just launched a new patent for where we're learning, teaching students to code at 5 years old with physical blocks, so then they can touch. So then we're actually captivating the interest into coding from a very young kids.
Yeah, so it will be Lego for coding.
Well, actually, it's compatible with Lego parts as well, but they code it just think it of a puzzle pieces, just like a puzzle, but like you can construct a word in any language just with little parts, right? A noun, verb, article, and so on. So the same can be applied to programming. So then they collect pieces and then they make a code. So then they swipe the new product, which is Toki Mini, they swipe it over the things that are on the table, over the pieces, and then the code is here, ready to execute.
Nice. This is
like magic.
Nice. I can imagine this. Great. Thank you.
Thank you.
So I think that we sadly the panel is over, but I want to thank everyone and for the presentation, and congratulations again for the competition. Not only you have interesting and amazing startup, amazing project, but you brought so much innovation in the world, especially impact on your life, in our life. But of course, the best is yet to come for your projects. Thanks for all the viewers, and so enjoy the rest of the conference.